It's January 31st, 2007. Well, finally there appears to be an end to my story, my miserable adventure. Well, maybe not an end. I got my letter today that says I can leave this flat at the end of January. At this moment, I have no real idea where I'm going to go. Maybe that's not fair. I think I'm going to go to Cannes, where the film festival is. But I have no real reason why. I just think it looks nice. It's been a long time now, since I've been in Strasbourg. I came here the first time almost 10 years ago, which is absolutely incredible to believe. It was September 1997 when I first came here, and it was June 1998 when I finally moved here to live with Margaret at number 15 Rue des Frères Stoffler in our cool little apartment, and everything seemed like it was going to be all right. I really did see her as a cash cow and extremely good in bed. I can't say I was terribly in love with her because her personality was just crazy. Then I got my job at the university. Then I met the monster. And then, well, at this moment I don't really feel that much like talking about the past. I've sure thought about it a lot, as you know. And I've talked about it a lot, as you know. And I realized that, I wasn't blameless, but I was certainly undeserving of the treatment that I received. And frankly, I'm shocked, even to this day. I'm shocked that I didn't see in her the same sort of person that I saw in Margaret, although I must admit, from time to time I saw it as clear as day. And I never acted on it. When she left, at first it really didn't matter that much, I guess, and then it all started to hit me, What was I ever going to do, and my age, and oh my God, and everything. And by then I was really used to doing nothing all day and getting stoned all day, which, I've done a lot of in my life. Although I must admit, I smoked a lot, too much in those years that I was with her. Pretty much all day, every day. In fact, there were so few exceptions I can't count them. And ultimately, I kept trying to make better plans for the future and figure out what the fuck I was ever going to do. Then I went to Holland. I didn't know what to do. Then I went to Montreal. I didn't know what to do. So I came back here. And I stayed with someone for a little while, and I didn't know what to do, and I panicked, and she was terrible to me, and ultimately I took this flat because I knew I was not welcome anymore at that faggot's house. And I didn't like it there at all. It was gross, and I was very uncomfortable. And when I realized that ultimately this was going to be cheaper than staying there, it was a no-brainer, as they say. I took this flat, and in 2006 I made reasonable money. I saved money, I bought a computer, I've bought myself a telephone, I got 2 brand new coats, You know, it's not that much, but it's still, you know, nearly 2,000 euros. I did my best to make things up to Anne-Sophie this year as well. And, you know, she just revealed herself to be the person that I should have known that she always was, a selfish, spoiled, rotten, cowardly bitch. And how I ever fell in love with her is directly equatable to the fact that she was young and good looking. Well, now it is 28 days until I make my, well, it's maximum of 28 days until I make my last video from Strasbourg. I really do not imagine that I come back here. You know, maybe to collect my bike or something like that, but you know, I've got nothing here. My bank account is just French, so it doesn't matter what city I'm in. And I want to talk a little bit about the future. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to do some more research, and by that I mean look on the internet and see, you know, like where I could go and where rent isn't too bad, and I don't know what else, frankly. You know, at the end of the day, wherever I go, it's going to be a question of, you know, luck and timing, I think, that gets me, you know, a good job, or a job at all. And then I want an apartment, and I want to be normal again. I've chosen, as I've said before, to stay in France because, frankly, it's the easiest choice. It's the cheapest choice, it's the coolest choice, and I think it's the choice that I actually want to make. Leaving here really bothered me the last time. I've learned the language a bit, and, you know, now I feel like I might as well use it. It's funny, you know, to think for the last 10 years I've pretty much wanted out of here. Now I want to stay. Okay, so what I think is going to happen is I think I might have a little bit of luck between now and the end of the month over a place to stay. And wherever that place is the place that I'm going. Other than that, without that luck happening, I guess I'm going to just take the train somewhere. I think it's 11 hours to Cannes, and I don't really fancy that because it means even if you leave at 7 o'clock in the morning, you get there, you know, like at night. So I don't fancy that much. A day in Paris would probably be nice in the spring in it. So maybe I'll do that. But that still makes it probably about 7 hours. So I don't really know, you know, maybe I'll go to somewhere like Lyon or something like that and spend one night there. Or two. Anyway. I go somewhere and then I go to Cannes, I guess. I'm hoping, of course, that in the next few days, weeks, that something good happens and, you know, directs me somewhere. Even if I actually don't leave Strasbourg because of a, you know, a good opportunity. That's okay with me. What I think is going to happen, what I picture in my brain now, is I get to Cannes and they just think, you know, you're insane. You should never have come here. There's no hope for you here. And that over a period of, I don't know what, 5 or 10 days, I either start to feel lucky or I get completely discouraged and I have to change cities. Then, well, I don't know, maybe I'll just, you know, depending on the train connection, I'll pick another city nearby. Give that a go. I'm prepared to live in a hotel for a very long time. But obviously, because of the price, I do not want to. So I probably need to find somewhere, you know, like that I could rent maybe on a monthly basis or something for, you know, I don't know what, maybe like 1,000 euros or something like that, which is a lot less than you know, 50 euros a night in a hotel. Right, so what else? Right. my goals are really simple. So all I really need to do is get a job that doesn't make my head burn. And obviously I want to get, a good dope connection. And then I want to get a Nintendo and a soft chair and, frankly do nothing for the rest of my life. Which is really strange, because, for example, over the last year, it's just incredible what I do, with my day. I get up and I sit right where I am and I do not move. Like today, for example, I've been here since about 10 o'clock in the morning. I went for groceries. I had a surprise student. And so that's like, what is that, 90 minutes, 2 hours? But I'm still sitting here when I have a student, although on the other side of the table. And it is now 2:12 in the morning. So I've been here for 14 hours, which is about more or less the average that I sit at this table and do absolutely nothing except play something called Puzzle Pirates. I have absolutely nothing in my life. And that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm leaving, because I can see this going on and on and on and on forever. No life at all, no laughs, no cries, no fears, no joys, no nothing. Just this fucking kitchen. And, I struggle to remember if that's me, if I have always been like that. Have I always been, prone to curling up in a corner and just sitting there and doing nothing, like nothing. It's just weird, and again, I don't really have the time to go through it. I know I became a burnout in England, a lot more than I was back home. But still, after a while, when I gained weight and stuff, I caught on, and I was out and regularly, and I used to go out for lunch every single day until Anne-Sophie lived with me. I would go out for lunch every single day, for a burger or something. I ride my bike, walk, go to town, whatever it was. And I don't think I've done that once since I've been in this place. Once or twice with Anne-Sophie, I guess, but other than that, in the last 15 months, I have not done that. I, as I've said before, I do so little movement that I feel like, right now I feel like I'm gaining weight. And my legs hurt from lack of exercise. Everything has come to a stop. There's no purpose for me here. I do not know how I would ever get another job. And, I don't know why I'm here, except that I have nowhere to go. And obviously I came back because, I was in love. But I'm not anymore. I have no friends. I have nothing. And I guess part of me also is just running away from that sheer humiliation of being a nobody. And I don't have sex. I don't have anything. I have nothing. I have nothing. I am such a zero that I find it hard to believe that I haven't always been a zero. I know over the last few years of living at Rue de l'Afrique, things were kind of tough, and I didn't always know what to do, and Anne-Sophie was an absolute fucking monster and scared me the same way that Margaret scared me, that I was going to end up homeless. And then I did end up homeless. And I was really wrong to make that decision, and this should not have been my future, I should have stayed there and fought. But ultimately I would have been out, and things would have been worse, and, where I would have been, I do not fucking know. But I'm here. I've spent like 15 months, so that's 450 days, and then you times that by at least a minimum, at least an average of 10. So 4,500 hours I've spent sitting right here thinking, and I am absolutely no further than I was when I started these videos. I have no idea what I'm going to do. But I need to have goals, and I need to make them relatively simple. And I know that France is a good place to live. I don't want to go to Canada and live with the liberal, gay-friendly, fucking, politically correct, stupid brigade that, frankly, I guess I didn't even know that I was leaving when I left, and I don't want to go there. I don't want to go to England. Ireland's too expensive. Holland's too expensive, and, I don't know that I could work there. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to go down south and sort of have a 6-month vacation. If that doesn't work, I'm going to go to Turkey. And that is almost destined to work, because once I'm there, the connections will be, there'll be connections, and I'll be okay. But if not, then I'm going to go to, England or Ireland, and with the intention of studying. And if that doesn't work, then I'm going to, go to Canada, I guess. I guess what I'll do is, what I'd like to do is take the train to the far east of Russia, because China just seems out of the question. But something like that, and then, fly over from sort of, I would like to go Russia to Alaska and then hitchhike the rest of the way. And that would make it a pretty cool story, So anyways, I'm going to leave here with no real plans, unless I have some plans in the next little while. And I'm just going to see what happens, That's what I did 20 years ago, almost to the day. I planned to do some stuff then. I thought I'd see some places. And I ended up not seeing places. I ended up almost making it to Lyon once, back then, in October 1988. But I didn't. I came to Europe. I didn't really, did I? I came to England for a little while, and I guess I thought I would travel a bit, and, I didn't. I got stoned, and I waited for people, and I made bad mistakes, and, But at the end of the day, I gotta be smiling and laughing. I gotta figure it out. All I need is regular employment, because then I can, get a place to live and get me some good furniture and stuff, and, it's pretty easy to live in France. And that's what I need to do, is do that for myself. And it's what I'm going to do. And, right now, I feel positive. But that's me who stays up until 2 o'clock in the morning, who gets up at 10, maybe 11, it depends, does nothing all day, and then repeats it. Which is, strangely, my little corner of paradise. I believe if I had $1 million or $1 trillion, that this is what I would do. I would do nothing with my life. I would buy pinball machines and black hash and hookers. So I realized, I guess, out of all this time that I lost myself, I'd like to say that I thought about who I am, but when I think about that, when I think about what I've thought about over the last few months, I hate myself. But I never did. I never did. I always had a little bit of belief in myself, and people used to see that, all the time. They were amazed with me in Edmonton. They were amazed with me in England, and I got jobs left, right, and center. And people thought I was maybe better than I am, but maybe I'm better than I think I am. I made friends. I made people laugh. I had lovers. I had beautiful girls. I was in good physical shape, and fuck me, I'm smart, I'm good looking, you know what I mean? I've got good manners, and I'm really, really capable, you know, I'm talented and I'm generous and I'm understanding and, you know, I mean, I'm a little bit of a bitch in the morning. That's my fucking thing, you know. Apparently this is what cost me my relationship or something like that. The selfish pig dog bitch whore. And I have to find myself again, even though I'm 44. I have to go out there, well, I will be 44 in 2 weeks, well, 12 days. And I gotta go out there and I gotta make it happen, one way or another. That's all there is to it. My other choice, frankly, is to stay here. And, you know, it's funny because I have nothing here, and I've always told myself that I'm not staying here, and I don't even know why. I think because I don't like the flat. It's first floor, it's by the door. You know, I mean, maybe if I had gotten like the flat at Rue des Frères, for example, which wasn't great, but had a lot more potential, and it had a separate bedroom, and, you know, it was decent. This is not really decent. This feels like slum. Then maybe I would have bought some furniture and said, well, you know, let's just see what happens, and then not worried about it that much. But I didn't do that. I kept thinking maybe I could go home, you know, where I should be going, really. And nothing worked out. So my only option really is to leave. My cheapest option is, well, it's to stay, but, you know, I'm so unemployed and I'm getting to be unemployable, and it's, oh my God, you know, this cannot be the end of this cannot be the last chapter in my life. At 44, I can't just say, damn, you know, I give up. By myself, you know, I could do so much in this flat, you know, furniture wise, and make myself so comfortable, and get a Nintendo, and oh my God, you know, I could live so much better. And it's funny because, you know, the thing is that there is actually something good about this flat, and it's the other room, the one that I never use. You know, it's got real potential. It's the right size, and it's cool. It's cool. And I could have, you know, I could have had that job too, I guess, a while back, but I don't want to stay here all alone. It's such a weird... I think it's also, you know, it's like it's because I know people here and stuff, and I can't deal with the idea that I'm a nothing now. You know, I run into my students and I don't dare tell them what I do. And of course Margaret's still here. And, you know, like, she's made like probably really close to $1 million since we got here. Holy fuck, I hate her. Anyway, this is sort of like the last video that I'm going to make. It's actually after the last video that I'm going to make, when I knew I was... The first video that I make when I knew I was leaving, which is, you know, the whole circle. I've got more money, I got support from the government, I got a little bit better of an idea what I'm going to do, I got more stuff, better stuff, and I feel better. So I should be okay. Wish me luck.